Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. Uh, Let me see who's here. Oh, you know what? Let me get the slides up here first. Then I can start greeting people. People, people who need people are the luckiest people in the world. With one person, one very special person. Okay, Mary H., thank you so much for being here first. But no more hunger and thirst, but first be a person who needs people. People who need people are the luckiest people in the world. With one person. I bet y'all thought I was through, right? No, I'm not through. One very I'm just kidding. That kind of snuck up on you, didn't it? You thought I was through singing, and then all of a sudden, with one person, one very special person. Okay. Or if you like to have fun, two or three persons at the same time. Okay. I got jokes. Anyway, Mary H., thank you so much for being here first. And hello to, is it, what's that Maya Angelou says? Listen to Maya Angelou's unstoppable mood, jealous people always say these words on YouTube. Very good, must listen. Really? Okay. When someone shows you who they are, remember, no, believe them. I haven't did my Maya Angelou. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Sean, how long has it been? Whatever didn't work out, Meg is going to be blamed. Harry kept trusting them and it's going to cost him. I hope he didn't meet him. How many times he is going to tell Harry, I don't care about you before Harry gets it. Well, thank you so much, Sean, for the super sticker and no, super chat. And thank you, as always, for watching Royal Sussex. Yes, we're going to get into that. This, of course, this shouldn't be a shock because they have been hinting at it for a while. Um, you guys, I'm pretty sure that a lot of us are of the same thought. Better to just let it go and move on. But there's also the issue of that being the royal family, right? And it really is a lot of things about the royal family that is like a protection racket. It is like a cult. It's like being in the mob or something like that. Um, they don't mean for you to just walk away. They really don't. And it's just not that simple. I wish it were as simple as, don't do this or don't do that. But it simply is not. That is a very powerful institution. Even if you remove Charles, if you remove William, it is still a very powerful institution. And I just can't add anything else to that. I just won't, not in an open forum like this. But let me just say it again. It is a very powerful institution. And you just don't turn your back on that. I wish it were that simple, but this is not the average layperson just walking away from their family. I wish it were as simple as that, but it's always going to be complicated. Always going to be complicated. Um, and so I'm just hoping something good comes out of it. Whatever happened, I'm not even going to entertain the idea that is a terrible thing. I hope and pray something good came out of it. It may be the last time he has a chance to see his father. That is unknown. And I have been in situations where I have been extremely angry and disappointed with my own family. But if I had a chance to see them living and breathing, as opposed to the alternative, I would probably, go back and take that opportunity. So I'm not gonna jump to any conclusions because it is so complicated. However, Sean, there are a lot of people who agree with exactly what you're saying, and honestly, I respect that. So thank you again for the super chat. I respect everyone's opinions about this matter. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for being a member as well as a moderator. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, Sean. You said nothing good will come out of it because Meg will always be a target. Yeah, and to some degree, uh, there is always going to be. It would even be a disservice to say a curiosity, because it's not just a curiosity. It is an opportunity to vilify the person who's not there. And in that instance, of course, Meghan is not there. So just as with the Sandringham summit, they couldn't, even on the day the Queen died, Meghan wasn't invited. Is that because they don't like her, or are they intimidated? Is it because they don't like her, or are they just plain intimidated? Even the most powerful institutions can become very intimidated by people you wouldn't suspect. So there's that to consider. Thank you again for the super chat. But yeah, it has not escaped my notice that this is yet another situation where Harry meets with his father and Meghan is not invited. There was a Sandringham summit. There was the day that the Queen died, and instead of accepting the fact that the Queen has moved on to that storm cellar at the St. George Chapel, down in the storm cellar where her parents are waiting for her, and the ashes of Margaret and Philip was in the other part of the basement. Rather than accepting that, they made it about Meghan. Another occasion when they made it about Meghan, who of course was not invited. Well, actually, the last two visits, it's not just the royal family that's saying, "Do not show up." You have the whole institution, seemingly a whole institution, and the tabloid media declaring that Meghan is not welcome to the United Kingdom, which is um, which is disgusting. It really is disgusting. It really shows how small such a big institution. It really shows how small they are. Very small. Let's see here. Okay, that's not good. You ever had something from yourself and then you can't find it? That's what I did. And I really do need that. Well, Okay, I can't fuss with it now. All right, let me thank you again, Sean, for your comment. Let's see. Oh, Marjorie Austin, Baron, please reach out to me when you can. I need your advice on planning a trip to Europe. Okay, um, I'll do that. I'll do that. Although, yeah, I'll do that. But in the meantime, do make sure you do your due diligence and watch as much as you can, study as much as you can, because just in the past 5 years, Europe has changed a lot. Oh my God, it has changed a lot. Okay, but yes, I will do that. Oh, and thank you for 25 months membership. And let's see. Margarita Maxwell, I just lost two family members in death. I worked hard to establish a relationship with one, and I'm glad I did. He died at 44 years old. Seeking peace never hurts, it heals and brings closure. Margarita Maxwell, I am definitely on board with that. Um, because once that opportunity has passed, you simply don't get it back. You cannot get it back. Um, and I promise you, I haven't talked to this one for years and that one for years, but I'm glad that we put that behind us, right? If only for my sake, if only for my mental and physical health, am I ever so glad that I did. It is a very individual thing to do. There's no time uh, table other than before you lose someone. But it takes time. It takes time, and I have to stress this again. Even without considering that that is Harry's father, it is a very powerful institution. I don't think I need to fill in the blanks, do I? It is a very powerful institution. Okay? You let your imagination run wild with that one. Okay. Again, thank you very much, Margarita. I really do appreciate that. And I am very, very, sorry about your loss, as I have lost three matriarchs in my immediate family. I trust me, it is still very fresh. It is still very, very fresh, and not everybody was talking to each other a few years ago. So, such is the urgency, right? But thank you again. Barbara Richardson, thank you so much for the super sticker and for being a member of Royal Sussex. I really do appreciate that. Robin Hyde, Harry is blowing it up in the UK, and I'm loving it. Eat your heart out, Willie and Kitty. Yes, Willie leaks and Kitty litter. You know what? They really do complement each other. Willie leaks. Well, when you got a leak, you want to make sure you have something to absorb it, right? Enters Kitty litter. They really do complement each other. They really do. Thank you so much, Robin Hyde. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yes, when you got a willy leak, try some kitty litter. It's a natural yeah. Little housekeeping. So someone put this in the comments yesterday, and thank you to the moderator who removed it. But I decided, you know what? I'll leave that person anonymous. Too much mention of Kate and William. Let's talk about what Harry and Meghan are doing. Yeah, why don't we? The only thing is, for how many years has it been? 4 years? Over 4 years, over 2,500 videos, or just about 2,500 videos. The formula has been much the same. And yes, maybe if I did one thing or the other, maybe there would be more people here. Maybe, maybe not. But if I am going to be true to who I am and how I work and how I feel, if I don't drag those misfits on a daily basis, I don't know if I'm breathing. It's like oxygen. It sustains me. I feel so much better. When I get through dragging willy leaks and kitty litter, I feel weightless. I feel as though I'm floating, right? It does something for me. And I have to say that there are a lot of people that expect that. Just because it's a good day for the Sussexes don't mean we take our eye off of those other two or three or four. If anything, we turn it up. Okay? I appreciate that. And trust me, if you establish a channel of your own, I am more than certain that a Sussex friendly channel where we focus solely on Harry and Meghan is probably much needed in this genre. And we will support you. But unfortunately for you, if you come over here, I am going to talk about how somebody's mouth is a little wonky and always twitching, how someone else always seems to have a scowl on his face. It's like oxygen, I promise you. So, yeah, I don't know any other way. I just can't. I cannot. So, you are welcome to stay. You are welcome to your opinion. But yeah, it's like we just it's our wheelhouse. Is how we do stuff in this part of the community. So all the best to you. Thank you so much for your comment. Let me see here. Thank you so much, Mino. I appreciate that. Uh, yeah, that's something to consider. Connie Bomber. Speaking of something to consider, Connie Bomber. Connie Bomber, I was singing earlier. I hope you didn't miss it. I was singing People. Barbara Streisand, People. Um, oh, thank you, Sonia Johnson. And thank you for being a member. Yeah, I feel like it's fair to point that out to some people because it's interesting that it's like in any workplace, you have someone that's a new hire and they come in with all these lofty ideas about how to improve things. And eventually, some or parts of what they say may be incorporated. Sometimes nothing they say is incorporated. But one thing that is a constant, the job was probably there when you got there, and it's going to be there when you're gone. And in all likelihood, most of what's been a bedrock of that institution, that company, or whatever, is part of the company culture. And you just don't change the culture because one person says, wouldn't it be nice if we just talk about Harry and Meghan? It would be. It would be. And I promise you, we are going to talk about them. And we're also going to drag the other two. We really are. I don't even promise a mute challenge. I just drag. It's fun and it fulfills me. It makes me happy. It's my happy place. Anyway, again, much respect for your comment, but no thank you. So this was Harry's arrival. You know, what's striking about this, and the reason why I'm showing it to you, is that for the past, what, this is the day three, we've seen Harry beaming and smiling, right? And just like someone has turned a switch, everything has gotten suddenly darker. Even the rain, they said Harry brought the sunshine, right? Why is it raining now? Why is it the closer he gets to Clarence's house, the skies just seem to darken, right? The skies have darkened, and suddenly raindrops are falling. I mean, the sun was shining when he went to visit his grandma's grave. But at this point, you see what I'm saying? At this point, it has become suddenly bleak because he's going to see his dad. And wherever his dad is, chances are that old bat is flying around, flapping her wings and salivating, spewing words out of her ravenous mouth. And then of course, you know she can't be far because you know her part-time job. Hello, is this the Daily Mail? Senior Royal here. Hello, Senior Royal here. I said Senior Royal here. So she's not far. Trust me, she's not far. She is probably up in the rafters with the rest of the bats, probably somewhere in the roof hanging upside down with the rest of the bats, the queen of the bats. uh, yeah, probably up there with the rest of the bats. Okay. And then this is the exit. This is the exit. No better leaving, probably even worse for wear leaving. Again, I almost didn't share these with you, but I wanted you to see the contrast. I thought it was important for you to see the contrast in comparison to the rest of Harry's time spent in the United Kingdom. Now, I am not going to assume this is from yesterday. I mean, come on. This has been most of the trip for Harry. Smiles, cheers, warmth, lots of hugs. Um, Harry looking buffed like he's about to turn into Captain America or something like that. And then he goes to visit his father. And you know what? Um, the family is planning for a funeral, right? Charles is unwell, they say, and who knows what state he's in right now. Um, but whatever the case may be, that is Harry's father. And as I've said so many times, we have to trust the Sussexes. We have to trust that they know what's best for their family. It doesn't mean we have to like it. With all due respect, it does not mean that we have to like it. We don't have to approve or disapprove. We don't really have a say. But if your opinion says, never go back, your thoughts are never go back. Trust me, you're in good company. We do respect that. You won't hear me say you're wrong because I don't know that I'm right until I know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is wrong and right until we know better. And we don't know yet. We don't know what's going to yield out of this visit. But I pray that it's something good. I pray it's something good. Joan Garcia says, Baron, sadly, we wouldn't meet with King Charles. Yet, despite that, people should realize that Harry still has his own internal personal feelings and reasons. Amen to that. And thank you for the super chat and being a member of Royal Sussex. Um, yeah, no matter what our opinions are, Harry has his own feelings. He has his memories of his family being a unit, you know, Diana, Charles. God, I had to force that out of my mouth. And his brother and his brother. That was his childhood. Those were some of the most formative years that we'll ever have is those years. And yeah, okay. Thank you, Joan Garcia. Lex says, you seen that movie, It? Watch out for that cow. If you're well, let me see. It. Okay, The Thing, that was the one when they were in Antarctica. That is the one with the clown? Because I have not seen that one. I've heard of it, but I have not seen it. But although there's not many times when I don't refer to the queen consort as it. Thank you, Legs. Okay. Let's see. Kevon Slim says, but Crazy Schofield said he looks unhappy the entire. Yes, wouldn't they say that though? Don't they always say how unhappy he looks? But wait a minute. Are you saying that Crazy Eyes was saying that he was unhappy and Meghan's not there? Because if you recall, they always want you to believe that Meghan makes him extremely unhappy and that he's happy when Meghan's not around. So are you saying that Crazy Eyes is saying that Harry is unhappy in spite of Meghan staying home? Because everything I've seen until he went to visit his father, God help us, says otherwise. Everything says otherwise. Oh, these people, you cannot win with these people. You really cannot. You cannot win with these people. That'd be like me saying that Kinsey Schofield was not cosplaying a pack of Wonder Bread, right? That'd be like me saying, no, she wasn't trying to pretend like she was a pack of Wonder Bread. That wasn't what she was doing. Yeah, I know what she has on, but that's not what she was doing. She's not pretending to be a pack of Wonder Bread. No way. Not Kinsey Schofield. Not old Crazy Eyes. That's not what she's doing. Or that'd be like me saying, let me see, what else would I have said? That would be like me saying, where is it? Where is it? Wait for it. That'd be like me saying, no, I don't think that she's there we go. That'd be like me saying, I don't think that she's Tammy Faye Baker's love child that was put up for adoption because she wouldn't stay out of Tammy Faye's makeup case. You know what I'm saying? That'd be like me saying that. And I couldn't look you in the eye and say something like that if I believe otherwise. So, yeah, I mean, you see the resemblance, right? I do believe that is the secret love child of Tammy Faye Baker and the proprietor of Wonder Bread. Yes, the person who founded, the man that founded the Wonder Bread company, may have had some relations with Tammy Faye Baker. And all these years later, um, we're stuck with a very confused individual. Yeah. So, again, that's just my opinion. Just like she says Harry is unhappy, I say she is Tammy Faye Baker's love child. Okay? Thank you, Kavan. Thank you for the super sticker. Yeah. It's probably true. I don't know. It's probably true. If it's not, we'll never know the difference, will we? It looks true. And according to Kinsey Schofield, so long as you believe it, then it's the truth. Um, Daily Mail, Harry flying visit. That, of course, is, supposed to be offensive. Let me see. They probably changed it by now. No, they haven't. They have not changed the wording yet. By the way, you guys, Charles had a visitor earlier today. The king had entered Clarence House earlier today, where he met with Holocaust survivor Manfred Goldberg to invest him with a MBE. Oh, he did an investiture today. Okay, so he gave Manfred Goldberg an investiture. So Charles is working today. It's not like he's not working. It is a working day for Charles. I'll just say that it is a working day for him, whatever's going on with him. And from the photo, well, he doesn't look particularly frail, and he doesn't look particularly healthy. He just looks like Charles. As a matter of fact, I will show you the photo. I won't hold out on you. I will show you the photo. Just seems like the thing to do. Okay. Let me grab that photo for you. And you can see who Charles III was visiting with today. Right. So there you go. Manfred, whatever I said his name was, just received his investiture from Charles. So this is what Charles was doing while Harry was en route to the Clarence house. Okay. So let's stay with this for a minute before we go on. Harry had another engagement after meeting Charles, so their meeting was not intended to be. Oh, thank you, Sonia Johnson. Thank you. And of course, we would never hear that from the haters, would we? We would never hear that from the haters. Better they leave the impression that Harry was being reckless or irresponsible or rude or something to that effect. Thank you so much, because I did not know that was I didn't know that. So I appreciate it. Okay, I found what I was hiding from myself. Okay. I kind of want another one of those Dubai chocolate bars. I had one and it was very rich, right? It took me about a week to eat it, but it was very rich. So if you have not had one, trust me, it is very rich. But I got to find some place that I trust. I want a nice one. Let me see here. Yeah, he looks bad. He does look bad. Charles looks really, really bad. That's why I said he doesn't look awful, but he doesn't look healthy either. He dare I say it, even looks like he may have lost a little weight recently or something. He just looks kind of washed out a bit. So just remember, if you don't like Charles, you know who's coming down the pike next. So I hope Charles holds out. I wish him many years of his reign. I really do, because I'm not prepared for the petty prince. The petty prince. You know, his hands do look kind of small today. Yeah, his hands do look kind of small. And the guy next to him, if he's a Holocaust survivor, let's say he was probably a child at the time, God, he's got to be in his 90s, right? Huh. Hi, Antoinette. The last meeting, yes, last 30 minutes. Thank you for that. It was a 30-minute meeting. And you guys, let me tell you, Harry probably has spent more time with Charles in the month of September than William has spent with Charles in the month of September and possibly August. I know that they went up to Balmoral, but it doesn't mean that they really spent any one-on-one time together. Charles and his heir. Charles and William are at war and they are not getting on with each other. Camilla and Kate are at war and they are not getting on with each other. Okay, I'm going to move on. I don't want to be on so long because I'm going to come back later tonight. Yasmin says, at the end of the day, we can't switch off our screens. Yeah, I'm sorry, we can switch off our screens. Sorry about that. And return to our normal loves. Harry can't do that. If he refuses to meet his father and he dies, he would have to live with it, not us. Very wise. Thank you very much for that, Yasmin. So, brother says the only way to get to the UK royals to do any work is the only way to get the UK royals to do any work is to bring Prince Harry. Yeah. Yes, that has not escaped anyone's notice, I believe, is that the only way to get them to work is to bring Harry to town. And then all of a sudden, it's what is that they used to say in the army? I don't want to see nothing but assholes and elbows. Yeah, that's exactly what you get. Okay, moving on. Moving on. Let's go here. So Prince Harry donates $500,000 to help wounded children in Ukraine and Gaza. I repeat, Harry, our Prince Harry, our godson, Prince Harry. Prince Harry has more godparents than anybody else on earth. It's called the Sussex Squad. Our godson has donated $500,000 to help wounded children in Ukraine and Gaza. And this comes from the Straits Times. I never heard of that paper before. But Harry's foundation is to donate $500,000 to projects including the World Health Organization to help develop prosthetics and provide other support for children from Gaza and Ukraine. This, his office said on Wednesday. The announcement came on the third day of the prince's visit to Britain, where he visited the Center for Injury Studies, part of the Imperial College London, To learn more about his work, especially his focus on injuries suffered by children and those sustained in natural disasters, no single organization can solve this alone, he said. Wow, that is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Cheers to the Duke of Sussex, and of course the Archewell Foundation, which belongs, of course, to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And right here, Prince Harry and Meghan have donated 500,000 to projects supporting injured children from Gaza and Ukraine, including helping the World Health Organization with evacuations and work developing prosthetics. The WHO chief, I'm really pleased about what he's doing, especially for the children of Gaza. And you guys, not only are there people depending on the donation from Archewell, but what better spokesperson, what better royal anywhere in this world, what better royal to have behind a cause than Harry and Meghan? Huh? What better royals? Harry and Meghan have the ability to get people to pick up the phone, to volunteer their time, to cut a check or two or three. They're very good at that. We found that out during that citizens thing that they did. The guy who asked for their help was amazed at how Harry and Meghan were able to get through to people that he could only dream of, right? It's something about seeing a message like you missed a call from the Duchess of Sussex, right? Like those people in Congress, when Meghan wrote to those people in Congress about the, what was it, the paid leave for women? Y'all know they framed those letters. Y'all know they framed those letters. And right here, today, Harry and Meghan, Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Archewell Foundation announced 3 new grants to the World Health Organization. So here it says 3 new grants. Save the Children to provide ongoing humanitarian support in Gaza, and to the Center for Blast Injuries. So yeah, they break it down even further here. And like I said, Harry comes out of there smiling and grinning from ear to ear until it was time to go meet his father. So yeah, this is highlighting pioneering work at Imperial College London Center for Blast Injury Studies. This is on their webpage. See there at the top, it says Office of Prince Harry and Meghan, Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Remember, please make sure you go to the webpage from time to time, because the more traffic we put through that page, the more that they know that we are looking forward to up-to-date information directly from their office, not filtered through some news agency. I mean, this is some of the best access you could hope for. This, and of course, now that Meghan's back on social media with the Instagram, but this is very official, especially when it comes to their philanthropy. So, yeah, so do make sure you check it out. Let's see, they covered Spotlight on Children in Conflict, Roundtable on Gaza and Global Action, Continuing the Commitment. Okay. Yep, it's a lot of information there. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to put the link, rather than share it myself, I'm going to put the link at the top of the chat, and hopefully you all will do the right thing. And that is go over there and page. so that they'll know that. Oh, let me see here. So that way they'll know that we're interested in the stuff that they're posting. I know you guys are interested, but we want them to know that you know that they know that I know and you know that they know that we all know that you all are interested in the information that they share. Because if not, how would they know that you know that I know and you know that they know that you are actually going to that page? But you know that I know that you know that they know that if you go to that page, they will see the analytics and they will know that you know that I know and they know that you know and I know that people are going to that page. You know? Huh? You know? Because I could do this all day. This is what I'm trying to say. You know that I know that they know that you know that you and I know that they know that you know. Anyway, just click on that link. Otherwise, the very next Royal Sussex, we're going to have to do this all over again. You know? Yeah, you get my meaning, right? Okay, so check out their page. That's what I'm trying to say. This is Harry at the blast injury place there. And oh, look at that handsome man there on the right holding the camera. You guys recognize him? That is Misan with that award winning smile of his. I love when Misan Harriman smiles. He has an amazing smile. Anyway, Misan Harriman is there helping to cover history. And I'm so glad that he's there because there are going to be some very, very good photos from Harry's royal visit. They try to get away with saying that it's not a royal visit, but if Harry is royal and he's visiting, guess what? It's a royal visit. That makes it a royal visit. Lex says, I just saw a loose woman poll that asked, do you want Prince Harry to come back as a working royal? Ignoring people don't, or is that ignoring people want him in a gilded cage? It's ignorant, right? Ignorant people don't want him in a, or ignoring. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. And ignoring people don't want him in a gilded cage. Did I get that right? Anyway, I do want to see that poll. I do want to see that poll. How do I see it? I mean, I will share it if I can grab it. Let me see if I can find it. I'll check really fast. Ah, oh my goodness, they got all of this? Okay, I'm going to screenshot it. I am going to screenshot it. Thank you, Legs. I'm going to screenshot that and share it with you. You may be surprised. You may not be surprised by the outcome. But either way, we'll talk about it. We will talk about it. There we go. Oh, thank you, Lex. So, Prince Harry is back on British soil and is gearing up for yet another busy day full of public events. But would you like to see Prince Harry come back as a working royal? 31.7% says yes, and 68.3% says no. You know what? Good. That is fine by me. Just like, let me ask a question. Would you rather, would you rather see loose women in what do they call that? The regular um, oh gosh, what do they call it? When they broadcast in the analog, would you rather see them in a typical analog broadcast, or would you rather see them in high definition 4K HD? Again, do you want to see the old method of radio analog broadcasting, or would you rather see them in high definition HD, where you can see them for who they truly are, and that is the gruesome women? I think this is more fun. At least it's honest, right? At least it's honest. I mean, you could. You could see them as the primitive electronics intended, or you can see them in their true light, buck teeth and all. It's a tough call, isn't it? You're not really sure. Do you want the honesty, or do you want to go back into the matrix? This is what you see when you're in the matrix. Once you're out of the matrix, that's what they look like. Matrix, not the matrix. Red pill, blue pill. Huh? It's up to you. That's why we call them the group. That's why we call them the gruesome women. That is why we call them the gruesome women. Okay. But yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Now, of course, there's nothing scientific about this poll. Nothing at all. These are people that find loose women entertaining. Okay. They're not real people. They're fans of loose women. Sean says they all have faces for radio. Thank you, Sean. That is very appropriate. They all have faces for radio. I remember the movie Torch Song Trilogy, which I've probably watched 1,000 times. Harvey Firestein said, "With a face like this and a voice like this, I could still drive a cab." Okay. Yeah, so they definitely have a face for driving a taxi. Okay, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on. Let me get back over here. So again, Harry had a big day today. He spent I forgot how long he was there, but he spent a lot of time there, and he came across an old friend. Prince Harry reunites with pal, former Army captain and Invictus Games athlete David Henson, as he arrives for a visit to Imperial College London Center for Blast Injury Studies. Yes, so there's nothing like meeting an old friend. Day 3, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, arrives at the British Legion Center for Blast. The Duke opened the center 12 years ago. Yes, that's something to remember, which I'm going to show that to you in just a moment. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that The keepsake and the regular marmalade are sold out. Okay, I did not know that. Thank you for that update. So, again, a very warm greeting and welcome for the Duke of Sussex. I think this is actually them saying their farewell. Very touching. Harry does bring the sunshine. He really does. He brings the sunshine. Sunshine on my shoulders, make me happy. Sunshine in the sky can make me cry. I love that song. Who sang that song? Sunshine. If I had a day that I could give you, I'd give you a day just like today. Is that John Denver? No, that's not John Denver. Oh well. Now take a look back in the Wayback Machine. There is Harry. I believe that's at the first Invictus games. And you know what? I didn't know this, but I think Henson's daughter, from what I'm seeing here, I think that was Henson's daughter that was eating Harry's popcorn that time. Do you guys remember that? Yeah, I think that was his daughter that was eating Harry's popcorn. That viral video where Harry was having a conversation and all of a sudden somebody started eating his popcorn. And then take a look there on the right. I believe that was that Dusseldorf? I think that was Dusseldorf. You could see how they reunited. Amazing. And thank you to the squatty. A lot of this, not this, but these collage, I borrowed this from some people on the, oh, thank you, Marcia Ware. John Denver, thank you very much. He sings that song, Sunshine. Da, 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 da. Okay, and right there, oh yeah, and Chris Barron Smith, also a wealth of information today. Thank you. Prince Harry will visit the Royal British Legion Centre for Blast Injury Studies at Imperial College, London, tomorrow. So Chris posted this the day before, obviously. The center addresses the disabling injuries of conflict with a clinically led approach. The Duke pictured at the center in 2013. So yeah, that was Harry back in 2013 opening up this center. So it just makes sense that he would go back there during one of his royal visits, taking a royal tour. His Royal Highness Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex. They call that passive aggressive. Notice how I keep throwing that HRH in there? Ooh, there's some people hot with me on YouTube because I keep saying His Royal Highness, but he is an HRH. What is it about HRH you don't understand? His Royal Highness Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. And that ain't ever going to change. You aren't ever going to change that. You aren't ever going to get a chance to either. You aren't. Okay? You aren't ever going to be able to do anything about it. You aren't. See there? I had to go to that new word, you aren't. You aren't. You aren't. You aren't going to change that. He is the son of a king, and of course the people's princess. Also, he is the grandson of a queen. So there you go. You aren't ever going to change that. Queens are made. Well, you guys, this is kind of a interesting thing right here. It's weird and laugh out loud AF to see um, those who, oh yeah, those are eyeballs. Those you've demeaned and smeared, those who demeaned and smeared Harry and Meghan become pick-me's, like pick me, meeting and taking pictures with the Sussexes. Both Peter Andre and Jamie Lang have cruelly ridiculed the couple, yet here they are, excitedly taking pics with Harry. They're all jealous undercover fans. So I didn't get a chance to look up the lady, but the guy, Peter Andre, I did find this. Peter Andre believes Prince Harry and Meghan Markle would be forgiven by the British public were they to return to the country. This was last year, by the way. The Sussexes have been mired in controversy since sparking shockwaves with their decision to depart royal duties in 2020. So, again, this was from last year. Let me play the sound for you. Okay. Well, I probably won't be able to do. Oh, there it is.
You know, everyone seems to have their opinion on her, but she's been trolled, and her worst trolling was while she was pregnant. I think in a situation like that, you know, you have to stick up for her, because when you're pregnant, you've just been thrust into a whole new world. Remember the world she was in before to this world. She's pregnant, going through all the hormonal changes, you know, thrust in the limelight in a whole different way. That would be a lot to deal with. Well,
okay, so that was Peter. Now the guy with the cleanly shaven head.
And also, it's scary. I don't know if anyone's ever felt the trolling, or whether you have those comments. Some of them can be threatening, some of them can be intimidating. And, you know, and when, like you say, when you're in a vulnerable state, or even if you're just someone, you know, of fame and, you know, you're known, how do you feel going out and about, knowing, thinking that's how everyone feels?
So there's definitely a way she can have a transition, but that is going to be a huge, insurmountable obstacle to climb.
Okay, so this this panel discussion, and by the way, the last voice was the lady there on the right. This panel discussion took place on GB News last year, and Peter Andre sound very reasonable at this point. Now, I don't know about any other past comments that he made. However, this was actually not the entirety of it. It was just a very small portion. He also went on to say that the British media, not the British media, he said the British people are very forgiving, and that if the Sussexes came back, that at some point they would be forgiven. I do not believe that. I do not believe that. Number one, I don't believe that they need to be forgiven for anything, because they haven't done anything wrong. And I stand behind that. I do not believe that Harry and Meghan has done anything wrong. And if you could make the argument for an occasional misstep, as I've said before, and I will say it again, there is no one, including the people on the panel that you see here, there is none of them who have had their lives threatened because of their race, to the point where someone refers to your child as a chimpanzee, to the point where someone mails you a suspicious white powder, to the point where people join into Snapchat and other groups and they plot to remove you from this world. That has not happened to anyone on that panel. They don't know how the Sussexes have been threatened. They don't know anything about how the Sussex have been lied upon, especially from that institution and the tabloid media that supports them. They know very little about what it takes to be a person of African descent, whether you're full blooded African, whether you're biracial. It is something about the presence of that African DNA that all of a sudden people start acting very strange. And in Meghan's case, there are some people who say, yeah, I would have known she was black. There are some people who say, oh, I thought she was a white woman. Oh, I thought she was Italian or something like that. Whatever you thought she was or was not, as soon as it is confirmed that there is African blood there, enters threats and attempts to humiliate, telling lies, plotting, all of that starts to happen. I've seen it with a president of the United States. I've seen it with the mayor of Chicago. And no matter how many threats there have been in the past, it always multiplies significantly whenever you're dealing with someone black in a space that is usually reserved for white people. End of. So I don't care what they say about what they know. All you have to do is look at the example of Jeremy, what's his name? What is his name? Jeremy something. All you got to do is look at him, the one with his show. Is it Jeremy Rivers? Jeremy Vine. All you have to do is take a look at Jeremy Vine. Jeremy Vine can dish it out, but he can't take it. He has someone who has been cyber stalking him, someone who has tried to build up hostility toward him. And what did he say? Oh, you could be out somewhere and someone could attack you. Well, welcome to Meghan's world, which is what I would tell Kinsey Schofield or anybody else who questions that look on Harry's face. Yeah, Harry has a look on his face when he's out with his wife. And the reason why he has that look on his face is because, due in part to the harassment, the cyberbullying that's come from the British tabloid media and all of those who subscribe to them, of course he has that look. You're threatening his wife, the mother of his children, the person who understood him and seen him when nobody else did. Yeah, of course he has a look on his face. So what? But they won't admit that that is the reason why Harry has the look. They'd rather pretend that he's unhappy rather than accept the fact that they are part of the problem. They are the ones that are instigating this hate and intolerance against someone that they've never even met. They will never admit to that. So I don't know what Peter Andre said in the past or not said in the past, but there he is, quickly running to take a picture with Harry. And if you ask me, I think just about all of them would. They would love to get close to Harry, if for no other reason than to pretend like they got enough material to write another book. Let's see. Sean says, and this is why Meg and the kids never go back for no reason, with no security or no security. Harry is taking pics with them. This is not good. Next, he's going to allow them at Archewell. And next, Meg's business, not good. Thank you so much for your comment, Sean. And let's pray that it doesn't come to that. I don't believe that Harry would allow those people to get that close. I do not believe that. Harry has had to compartmentalize his existence in that institution. And one thing I know for sure is that he can turn it on and turn it off when necessary. So, part of being a public figure is that sometimes you have to take the high moral ground, but it doesn't mean that Harry has been deceived by their excitement. I don't believe that. But thank you so much for your comment. Okay. That's right. Harry is a soldier and he is trained to serve and protect, especially his wife. You know, and to that point, they they go through all type of mental gymnastics to explain the way that Harry uh, appears and his body language and the look he has on his face and um, all of those things. They seem to have no limit to the explanations for why Harry is this, that, or the other. They always have just, you know, what they believe, and it can't be anything else. But if it was his brother, then they would say that, oh, he's protecting his wife. He'd move heaven and earth for her. You know, they always explain away William. William is an asshole because William has the weight of monarchy upon him. Does he? William thinks so much about monarchy, he doesn't even show up for work. Huh? He loves monarchy so much, he doesn't even show up. And you could probably say the same for his wife. He loves his wife so much, he doesn't even show up. How long was she in the hospital without a visit from her mother, her sister, her brother, her father, her husband? As far as I know, the only person that visited her in the hospital was her father-in-law. If she was at the hospital, anyway, you guys, that's it for now. I am going to come back later with all the latest, and I'm sure there will be plenty. So thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Um, and thank you to this person who helped me explain some things. I really do appreciate that. We'll be looking for you on your channel. Let me see here. I'm kind of sassy today, ain't I? I didn't got a mite sassy today. Wonder what happened. Let me see here. Peter Andre's ex-stepson is mixed from his ex-wife. He should okay. Yeah, I don't know much about him. This is like really the first time I've ever taken notice of him. Greetings to you too. Thank you so much for saying hi. Okay, love you guys. See you later. Thank you so much. And Sean, thank you so much for stopping by. We missed you. Oh, you guys, you know what? I listened to Professor today, and I tell you, Professor, when I say Professor, I'm speaking of Tim Wilson. Tim Wilson does not want, does not like, does not care for Meghan, in my opinion, I will allege. He don't care for her. He wants Harry back. But when he talks about Harry and Meghan, it's usually Harry this, Harry that. Oh yeah, and Meghan too. With him, everything is oh yeah, and Meghan too. And that makes me really sad. I like Tim Wilson. I think he's a very bright person, but I also think that his mind is totally infected by the tabloids, and that he does not have um, wisdom. His wisdom when it comes to Harry or actually the whole royal family, his judgment is off, is skewed. His judgment is very skewed. He is a monarchist, and I'm okay with that. He should love his country. He should love the monarchy. That's the only system they have. However, when it comes to Meghan, he can barely hide his discontent. He doesn't so much say terrible things about her as much as he does not really say much good about her either. She's always an afterthought. As far as I'm concerned, Rachel Meghan Markle saved Harry from a fate worse than William's hairline, a fate worse than Kate's wiglets. Okay? Meghan saved Harry from a very miserable existence. And we all know that to be true. There are not many women on this planet that would be strong enough to help someone like Harry break free of that institution. Not many. And I believe that sincerely. It took a very strong woman for him to break the chains. Yeah, he totally skipped Meghan. Totally skipped Meghan, the person who is the most searched individual member of that family, and he just bypassed her. Yeah, Sean, it is something to be said about that, which is why I started with these photos because Harry was in a very good place until he wasn't. Let's hope, let's hope that this isn't as awful as it appears. Um, but God only knows what happened inside of that place because their main goal was to separate him from the rest of the world and try to indoctrinate him with some of that nonsense. So who knows? He does not mention the children. He listens to videos. To video, he lost his crap because Doctor Who wasn't. Are you talking about Tim Wilson? Yeah. Yeah. Tim Wilson, it's very hard for him to hide his disdain for certain things in life. Oh, Legs, you may have to come up when I come back later. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Maybe we should do a members only later. Well, how does that sound? Maybe we should have a members only later. Let me think about that. I mean, there's still some stuff I want to cover, and maybe I could do that and then do a members only so we can really talk, if you know what I mean. Because I am open to everyone's opinions. I really am. Well, Sean, you have a point because I tell you, one thing about a cult, they love to keep you isolated. When you're not around, they hope that the indoctrination is going to hold you. And when you are around, they want to isolate and continue to, you know, is it wrong to say brainwash? Brainwash. There, I said it. Well, hell, one of the Daily Mail is working there, right? Isn't that the communication guy is from the Daily Mail? Legs, Sean, I need y'all to take a deep breath. Who else? Y'all make me feel bad that I'm about to say see you later, because I see this is quite a but yeah, I just need for y'all to take a deep breath. We'll work it out. I promise. Ooh. Okay. Ooh wee. Okay, listen. I'm gonna go, but I will be back later. So, and I think, yeah, I'll be back later, much later. All right, love you guys. Thank you so much, and everyone, thank you for all of your thoughts and ideas and everything, because you know, um, we're not a monolith. We are not a monolith. Okay. All right. Love you guys. See you later.